Hello learners, welcome back to my channel Shraddha's Physics. So here we are continuing a lecture with the operational amplifier. In this part we will see the application of the op-amp. That is, in this part we will discuss on the non-inverting amplifier. So let us first draw the operational amplifier. So this is your operational amplifier and has two terminal, that is input terminal. One is inverting and another one is the non-inverting terminal. Okay. And it has one output here, and here we have to supply. So let me draw here for in this non-inverting part. Here the voltage signal, that is VS, suppose this is the applied voltage across the non-inverting terminal. Okay. Now in the other terminal, that is your inverting terminal, here is the resistor, and here it is being connected to the ground. Okay. And here a feedback resistor is connected at this point, and this is your output. So here a load resistor is connected, this is the RL, and here this one is the feedback resistor RF, and this one is the input resistance RI. So that suppose the current I is flowing here, this is your I means I input current, and here the current will be IF, that is your feedback current, and across this op-amp, suppose the current is here I, suppose let me write B, and this junction point, it is called the, suppose G, this point is G, and here the voltage at the inverting terminal is suppose V2, and for the V plus, that is non-inverting terminal, suppose the voltage is V1. Since its name is non-inverting amplifier, so from its name you can guess only across the non-inverting terminal you have to apply the voltage, that is your suppose Vs, and the other terminal, that is your inverting terminal, it is to be connected to the ground. And here this feedback, this is the feedback resistor, and this feedback part, specially the part of the output signal, it is again feedback to the this operational amplifier through the inverting input terminal. Okay, so across this input terminal you will get a part of the output signal at this point. Okay, this is your feedback resistor. Okay, so let us write these things. In non-inverting amplifier, the input signal, that is the input signal voltage, so here the input signal voltage is denoted as Vs. So this input signal voltage Vs, it is applied, so this signal is applied to the non-inverting terminal. Since its name is non-inverting amplifier, so here the signal is applied across the non-inverting terminal of the op-amp. So the signal is applied to the non-inverting terminal of the operational amplifier, and the inverting terminal is grounded. Inverting terminal, it is grounded. So it means that a part of the output signal, here is fed back to the, it is fed back to the inverting input terminal of the op-amp through the feedback resistance RF. So this is the basic operation of the non-inverting amplifier. Okay. Now here we have to first calculate the open loop voltage gain, and that after we will go for the closed loop voltage gain for the non-inverting amplifier. So you know, for the open loop voltage gain you have to take the ratio between the output voltage to the differential input voltage. So it is the ratio between the output voltage. So the output voltage is here, we have considered VO to the differential voltage. So the differential voltage, let us consider, that is to be VD. This is suppose VD. Okay. So now we can write the open loop voltage gain A. So that is the voltage gain is represented as A, that is equal to, for the open loop this will be VO divided by VD. And here in this diagram you can see, in this diagram, so here the difference between these two voltages, that is your V1 minus V2. So if I will write, so this will be, so this VO minus VD can be written as, this is equal to simply VO divided by the non-inverting terminal, that is your V1, minus the inverting terminal voltage, that is your V2. Okay. And here since the inverting terminal here it is connected to the ground, since the inverting terminal here you can see it is connected to the ground, so we can say, so the input voltage, that is V1 at this point equal to 0. Sorry, this is your V2. So the voltage V2 equal to 0 at this point. So here if I will simply put, that is, since we have considered here the VD value, that is V1 minus V2, and if I will substitute this V2 value, that is the voltage across the inverting terminal, to be 0, then this equation now reduces to, you can see. So now if I will substitute, since the inverting voltage, that is your V2, that is equal to 0, so we can write this is simply as, or we can write A is equal to VO divided by V1. Okay. So this is called the open loop voltage gain. Okay. Now we will calculate for the closed loop voltage gain. So now let us calculate the closed loop voltage gain. So closed loop voltage gain. So here we will denote it as A prime. So what is this closed loop voltage gain? It is specially the ratio between the output voltage to the input signal. So the closed loop voltage gain, it is the ratio between, the output voltage, that is your VO, to the input signal. So here the input signal is considered to be, suppose the input signal voltage is Vs. Okay. So we can write this A prime, suppose for the closed loop voltage gain, A prime, that is equal to VO divided by Vs. Now again what we will do, we have to apply the Kirchhoff's current law at the point Z. Okay. Here at this point if I will apply the Kirchhoff's current law, you can see II will be equal to this IF plus IB. So the current across this point, that is your IF plus IB here, that is equal to II. So now let us write applying KCL, that is your Kirchhoff's current law. So applying KCL, Kirchhoff's current law, at point Z we can write current input, that is equal to IB, current across the op-amp, plus current across the feedback resistor, where I can write here this II, that is equal to current through RI, that is the input resistor, the current through RI, and IB equal to the current at inverting terminal and IF equal to, this is the current through the feedback resistor. Current through, simply I can write current through RF. Okay. So here we can consider, since this input resistance here, it is very large, the input resistance here connected, it has very large value. So we can consider that this IB is small, or simply we can write this II is near about IF. So now if I will write, since Ri is large, since Ri is large, so IB will be small and IB is small. So we can neglect that term, or we can therefore write I will be equal to IF, that is the total input current will be equal to the current across the feedback resistor. Since the voltage gain, that is A of op amp is extremely large, so the potential at the point Z is also Vs. That is, you can see from this diagram, so across this non-inverting terminal the voltage Vs is given, but here at the point is Z you will feel the same signal, that is your Vs at the point is Z. Okay, so now if I will write, so in this diagram, so if I will see for this part, so here the current is II and the resistor is connected, that is Ri, and at the point Z the voltage is, we have considered Vs. So simply in II we can write, since we know V equal to IR, so I can write I equal to V by R. Since I equal to V by R, I can write I that is equal to, this is your, in place of V I will write Vs divided by, here the resistance will be input resistance Ri. Okay, so now I have to write this part. Here this II equal to IF, so I have to write, this is your, in place of II I am writing Vs divided by, this is your RF. This is equal to, again let us see across the feedback resistor. So here at the point Z the voltage is Vs and here the voltage is Vo. So simply we can write Vo minus Vs by Rf. Why? Because if we will consider the only one direction, suppose if I will write, suppose here, let me write it here, I will, it is this part, this is your current is II is equal to IF. If I will consider any direction of the current to be positive, suppose if I will consider for this direction, okay, now here at this point the current is 0, sorry, the voltage is 0 here, this is your 0 voltage, and at this point the voltage is Vs. Now if I will take the voltage, that is 0 minus Vs divided by Ra, so in place of II I can write 0 minus Vs divided by Ra, I can write like this. Okay, and this is equal to, for the point IF I can similarly write Vs minus Vo divided by Rf. So this is your Vs minus Vo divided by Rf, I can also write like this. So now if I will take common the negative sign, so this is your 0 minus Vs, this will be simply Vs by Ri. If I will take common this minus sign, so this is your minus, okay, let me write first Vs by Ri, that is equal to Vs minus Vo divided by Rf. So if I will take common this negative sign, this will be Vs by Ri will be equal to Vo minus Vs divided by Rf. So we can write like this. Okay, So this negative sign will get cancelled. So exactly, simply I am just writing here the same part. So this Vs by Ra, sorry, this is your Vs by Ri. So let me correct this. This is your Vs by Ri. This is equal to Vo minus Vs divided by Rf. Okay. Now we can write this Vs by Ri is also equal to Vo by Rf minus Vs by Rf. So if I will take this Vs by Ri to one side, that is this Vs term I will take to one side. So then this equation will becomes, so or we can write this is Vo by Rf, that is equal to, taking V is directly common, I can write this is 1 by Ri plus 1 by Rf. Simply this term taken to the left hand side, so that will becomes this Vs whole into 1 by Rf plus 1 by Rf. Okay. Or we can write Vo divided by Vs, that is equal to Rf into 1 by Ri plus 1 by Rf. Okay. So now let us multiply this term inside this Rf. If I will multiply, so here this Vo by Vs, that is the output voltage divided by the signal voltage. This is nothing but the closed loop voltage gain, that is simply A prime, that is equal to this Rf by Rf. This will gives your 1 plus this Rf by Ri. Now I can write this is as it is 1 plus Rf by Ri. Okay. So now here we will get the closed loop voltage gain, that is equal to 1 plus Rf by Ri. Okay. Now we will calculate the feedback fraction. Now let us calculate the feedback fraction. So this feedback fraction, that is, suppose if I denote it as beta, so this beta equal to the feedback voltage divided by the output voltage. So let me write Vf equal to the feedback voltage. Okay, this is your feedback voltage. Or we can write Vf equal to beta into Vo. That is, your feedback voltage can be written as the feedback fraction into the output voltage. Now for the negative feedback, if I consider for the negative feedback, so for negative feedback we can write Vd, that is the differential voltage, that is simply Vs minus Vf, or this is equal to Vs minus beta Vo, or that is also equal to Vs minus beta, and in place of V output we can write simply A into Vd, because you know for the open loop voltage gain, since A equal to V output divided by the V differential voltage, so we can write like this. And again if I will consider, so let us take this Vd term to the left hand side, so I can directly write, taking Vd common, this will be 1 plus beta A, that will be equal to Vs. Okay. Now the closed loop voltage gain, that is A prime equal to V output divided by the signal voltage, that is the input voltage across the non-inverting terminal. Now this can be written as, because this Vo from this expression I can write Vo will be equal to A into Vd. So this is A into Vd divided by, for Vs I can apply Vd divided by 1 plus A beta. So this is Vd whole into 1 plus A beta, 1 A beta or beta A. Okay, this is your 1 plus A beta. Now this Vd get cancelled, that is this differential voltage get cancelled, or simply we can write A prime will be equal to A divided by 1 plus A beta. So this is the relation between the closed loop voltage gain and the open loop voltage gain in case of the non-inverting amplifier. So let me write, this is the relation between the closed loop voltage gain, that is your A prime, and open loop voltage gain, this open loop voltage gain is your A of the non-inverting amplifier. That is, in this way this closed loop voltage gain and the open loop voltage gain depends. Okay, this is only for the non-inverting amplifier. Now if I'll calculate the input impedance, that input impedance is equal to Ri prime equal to 1 plus A beta whole into Ri, and the input resistance of the operational amplifier with the negative feedback is 1 plus A beta times the input resistance of the op amp without feedback. So it means that in case of the if I'll calculate the op amp input resistance with the negative feedback, it will be 1 plus A beta times the input resistance of the op amp without feedback. So the input impedance of the non-inverting amplifier is high, and if I will calculate for the output impedance, this is simply Ro prime equal to Ro divided by 1 plus A beta, and the output resistance of the op amp with the negative feedback is 1 by 1 plus A beta times the output resistance of the op amp without feedback. So here this negative feedback is 1 by 1 plus A beta times the without feedback of the op amp having the output resistance. Its output resistance will be 1 by 1 plus A beta times the output resistance of the op amp without feedback. And also the output impedance of the non-inverting amplifier, it is low. So basically we can say the input impedance of the non-inverting amplifier is high and the output impedance of the non-inverting amplifier, it is low. The next, what are the advantages of the non-inverting amplifier? The closed loop voltage gain of a non-inverting amplifier, it can be made equal to or greater than 1. The closed loop voltage gain of the non-inverting amplifier is always greater than the equivalent inverting amplifier by 1. And also the positive sign of the closed loop voltage gain, it indicates that the output signal is in the same phase with the input signal. That is, the signal that will give in the input terminal, the same phase signal you will get across the output terminal. The next is the negative feedback stabilizes the voltage gain of the non-inverting amplifier. The next one, the noise is reduced by the negative feedback in the non-inverting amplifier. So basically noise is reduced, and what are the application? It is used as buffer, it is used in the filter circuit, and also it is used as the clipper circuit. So this is all about the non-inverting amplifier and its input impedance as well as output impedance with its advantages and the application. So this is all for today. Thank you all.